And we're live, guys. We are live. So let's get this cracking, popping. Let's talk about the old supplementation because you guys need to know. It's like a subject I haven't really covered, and I thought, perfect. I mean, I talk about it in my streams, but now let's actually cover it as a main subject. As I fix my little tripod. What's up, Matt? Yeah, you are the first. Maybe the first to say first, but it says six at the top of the screen. What's up? What's up, New York City? What is it? Fanatic? What's up, Dina? You liked already. Thank you so much. Don't forget, as you guys come in, to like the stream. What's up, Deborah and Sandy? Hearts, 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 hearts. All right, let's get this popping. As my phone gets blurry. I still have to take it in to get fixed. You had a feeling I was going to go live, right, V? Yup. So, yay, just liked. Thank you guys. Hey, Leslie, and everyone joining the chat. So, because I'm starting to stream more often, I'm starting to see a lot of familiar faces. So, for the people catching it on the replay or who don't know me, thank you, Vanessa. How did you know? I don't know, Haley. I just knew. You're about to go to the gym. Now, yes, you can. Just have it playing in your ear. Greetings from the NYC. What's up, Sarah? It's time to talk a little keto-ness. As I never know where to put this stand at the right side. Michigan. All right, Angelo. What's up, Apple? What is up, guys? Yeah, it's a great topic. I agree, Keisha. So, as you guys are chiming in to this broadcast, I just want to say, hey, Elisa. So many of you regulars are coming in. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, Chase? I could talk to you while you're on your drive home from Costco. Okay, so I will say this. I do these live streams and I get silly and I get cranky and I get excited. So this woman goes, I'm not going to subscribe and I'm giving you an unlike because you're unprofessional. And I was like, thank God I'm unprofessional. Because if I was professional, I'd put you people to sleep. What's up, Betsy? And Candace? Everybody got an opinion. I'm too unprofessional. I guess she wants the whiteboard and for me to be antiquated and not answer any questions or even recognize you guys coming in on the chat, but just talk about the science. Well, that's not what live streams are for. That's more for pre-recorded videos that you upload because you're not interacting with anyone. But when you do live streams, you interact, you get a little moody, you get a little cranky, you get a little excited, give people the information. You are definitely grateful for the feedback. I'm so glad I'm not professional. Creatine's garbage unless you're getting it just from real red meat. Science Squad, what's up? Rich, JR. Okay, so I'm going to delve into the subject. I've got the timer on the rest of my prepped chicken drummies. I'm still munching them up. Keeping it real. I got to keep it real. Like I said before, when you 50 years old and people are snowflakes are trying to tell you how to be, like I ain't listening. Don't even try. It's like waste of time, waste typing. You've been teaching for 25 years. You're doing just fine. Thank you, Michelle. Yummy drummies. Yes, okay, here we go. In my unprofessional explanation of pharmaceuticals, medications, supplements, and how it affects your keto adaptation. So, now I used to have a big, huge cabinet of maybe 80 to 100 supplements. And I still have some of them, like weird stuff. I should pull out some of them, like, was it celery, nettle, and then I was like, oh, nettle might be a little irritating to the kidneys. And I was like, And I had like desiccated liver because people said it's great for the liver to eat desiccated, so I had grass-fed desiccated liver, different kinds of probiotics. They're just sitting in my refrigerator. Maybe I should and I need to take this incense Getting a little spicy up in here. When it gets a little spicy, it's hard to breathe up in this joint. Okay. So, yeah. So essentially, what we're taught by doctors or by holistic functional doctors to just run out and get supplements, but we never think about a couple of things, which is our poor little liver and our gut, right? The permeability of our gut. So you got a liver and the permeability of the gut, and these two things are very, very important. So number one, if you have leaky gut and you're taking a barrage of supplements, it most likely will end up in your urine. Milk thistle. I'll talk about the types once I'm done explaining this stuff. So this is the reason why I ask: do you have food in your stool? Is your stool floating? It is way spice smell. So a friend gave me some incense and it's just really, it's a new one. It's like really thick. So hopefully my balcony will just get rid of that smell. So with that said, we have to look at those two things because everything's going to go to the liver and a lot of that stuff's going to go to the kidneys. So if it's overworking the liver, now explain the last stream, a lot of you guys have non-fatty liver disease, and of course we've got fatty liver disease, which is when you drink too much alcohol. So we've got non-fatty liver disease, which is commonly caused, you guys, by estrogen dominance. And when you have non-fatty liver disease or liver disease, the liver is not filtrating very well with the phase 1 and phase 2 of filtration. Woo! What's up, Haley? Thank you for the tenor and supporting the broadcast. Now, I had a consultation with, I know I'm going off topic, I swear I'll go back on. Thank you so much. She says, love unprofessional stuff. Her info is the boom. It's the bomb. Mic drop. Like the stream and drink water. I'm going to drink water just because Haley is like, drink some water. Thank you, Allison. Thank you. Yes, remember to drink the water, so I'll put it closer to me. So, with that said, you guys have to think about your methylation pathways. This thing's not getting blurry. Your methylation pathways, as well as your detoxification pathways, which is your skin. Again, thank you so much, Haley. That was very, very sweet of you. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to say, people have been supporting and donating to the super chat, which is the ability to, in some aspects, donate or kind of, what is it, like sponsor, donate, or tip the live streamer for their content. And when people are doing it, they're starting to see a bill from, I think, iTunes. This is what one of my, she's in that chat, which is Lulu Lime. She had been donating and didn't understand why she was getting iTunes bill receipts. So she canceled it, and then she's like, oh shoot, that was two stuff. So we discussed, and she had a consultation with me yesterday. Yeah, we discussed to tell everybody in the chat, you guys, if you do donate to the super chat, so it's like a money symbol below like the stream, and I don't think you can see it on your phone. I'm not really sure if you can or cannot, but if you do get a bill from iTunes, now you know that they work partnership. But I'm digressing. Okay, back to the whole point before the other people who don't know me. Whoa, what's up, Allison? Thank you for the $8. That's very kind of you. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Let's see. You can see it on the phone, Alicia says. Okay. And Lulu Lime says, fantastic consultation, highly recommend. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Yes. In my consultations, I just make really great connections with particular individuals. So Lulu Lime is one of those people. Oh, we got a troll in the house. So before I finish, and the troll's writing in caps, somebody's very lonely. If you guys want to go to Max Kors and report him. Yes. Okay. Leslie, you can go to my website, and I'm full booked, but I'll have new dates this Sunday. Because I don't like to talk about like how much things cost in the stream, because then I feel a little too thirsty. All right. Yes, I'm Keisha. I'm still doing consultations, and you can go to the site, which is stephanieperson.com. Ooh, I am having the worst reaction from this this incense. Whoa, strong. Was that's for the fabulous ice cream recipe? Oh, thanks. Well, sort of. I just showed you. I didn't actually put the ratios. Okay, so the problem with our detoxification pathways that if they are not working properly, it's very difficult to keto adapt. And so if you already are dealing with a detoxification with liver, kidney, colon, you can see that people have rebound glucose numbers get real high. Thank you so much, Nerf. Thank you. All donations. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Nerf. Thank you, Sandra. She says, you are awesome. I'm learning so much from you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much, Nerf. And thank you so much, Sandra. And thank you for the notes. And Juliet says, like up, thumbs up. We've got 75 people in this broadcast, but only 38 likes. So if you guys like up the stream, obviously with the YouTube algorithms, people will find me more quickly, especially when I'm live. And it also shows me that you guys dig what I'm doing. So don't forget to like up the stream. All right. So with if your liver is, and a lot of you guys don't realize that you're having liver issues. So things that will create the non-fatty liver disease are things like, or one specific problem is estrogen dominance, typically coming from blood sugar dysregulations, right? Your blood sugar dysregulated, and you'll eat like a sandwich, and then you'll skip a meal, and then you'll have a salad, and then you'll have some coffee, and the blood sugar's like bang, 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 like a basketball. Boom, 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 or yo-yo. So this up and down and up and down and up and down starts to dominate your estrogen in men and women and suppress progesterone. And for men, it can mess with your testosterone, which is a real problem for you guys. So with that said, estrogen really makes the liver not be able to, in layman's terms, not be able to function properly and do its job with the detoxification. So when you guys are estrogen dominant and have non-fatty liver disease, and you're backing up the body with all these supplements because you heard that B12 and like vitamin D and like potassium and like zinc and whatever you're taking, multivitamins are good for you, chlorella, spirulina, all this stuff you guys keep taking, it can literally be a problem. It can get toxic. You're not filtering out these things very well. So anything made in a laboratory, you've got to go, should I take that? I mean, should I? Everyone should think that. Even though a lot of these supplements have advantages, they have disadvantages. Like ashwagandha, for example, everyone wants to take that to calm themselves down, and it's a great, this is an adaptogenic herb, and this is great to, lower your cortisol. Baloney. Okay? It doesn't do that. And other things like chromium. Now, berberine might work a little bit to lower blood sugar. Cinnamon, I haven't really seen that effect. But to be honest, there are higher and better solutions for fixing your body without all these supplements. Now, with that said, things like, back to from supplement, you're guilty, melatonin, garbage, okay? You don't want to use, now I'm going to graduate into that subject. You don't want to have to use supplements for things like hormones, because your body's like, well, if you're going to take this, I may not need to produce it. Now, there's one doctor who says, you know, if you take, 3 or 5 milligrams of melatonin, it won't mess with your melatonin production. But I beg to differ based on the people that I've worked with who've taken melatonin, who are dependent on it, that when they're not on it, they're not producing melatonin. So anything to do with melatonin, I don't touch it unless you flying past 8 hours on a flight and going, 8 hour time zone difference, and you use it to adjust, and then you don't use it because you can fix your sleep without using these sleep aids like melatonin, which is, mimicker, sublingual, not sublingual, is it some of it's sublingual. Anyway, the only supplements that I actually recommend highly for keto people is magnesium, because our soils are super depleted. So you spray, like, if you have loose stool and IBS, then glycinate and citrate may not be your answer. And maybe malate might be your answer if you have loose stool or leaky gut or IBS or Crohn's. But if you don't, then glycinate is fine. If you have a problem with all those magnesiums and you just get Hershey squirts on them, then you could do a spray, right? Or some Epsom salt baths, things of this nature to get in that magnesium. Now, with that said, magnesium is not in a lot in spinach and all. I think you mean potassium, not magnesium. No. Yeah. So I got to stop looking at that chat because otherwise I'm going to digress way too long. So with that said, you have to think about supplements. People are nonstop. Should I take spirulina and chlorella? The quality of this algae is very, very critical, because you could get toxins within these little pools, right? Ponds of algae. So you have to do now, not only do you have to worry about overloading the liver, but you also have to think about the quality. If they're using chemicals to make the supplement you're trying to take bioavailable, or more absorptive, not bioavailable, but more absorptive, and then you're taking stuff that has chemicals on it, or they put sucralose or sucrose or dextrose, or maybe potentially sugar alcohol to coat or make these things more palatable. And if you take something like a multivitamin, that stuff really bugs me, because it's like, okay, you're going to put like vitamin D, E, A, K, a little bit of vitamin C, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of zinc, a little bit of blah, blah. And it's like, okay, but what if you have a sensitivity, right? What if E becomes too toxic for you? What if D is overbearing your already burdened liver, and you have it microdosed in these capsules? You cannot do a one shot. You can't go, oh, this is for young people, this is for people over 40, this is for men, this is for women. Baloney. Okay. One of the only real supplement companies I truly like, and they don't cover everything, is it's called what's it called? It's called, let me check. Yeah, Mega Foods. So, the thing about Mega Food is they don't use chemicals to make it more absorptive and to be able to get into your bloodstream, this Mega Food. So, the dosages of how much you actually get into the bloodstream is very low. But then you don't have to worry about all the binders and, the colors, the binders, the sugar that they put onto a lot of supplements to make it more palatable, or so you can swallow it. So we have to kind of just be a little bit more realistic when it comes to how our bodies detoxify. If you're having a difficulty detoxifying, even with supplements that are considered natural. If you take potassium supplements, they're very toxic to the liver. That's the reason why they're typically in a 99 milligram dose, And in some people, they need to get over 4,000 milligrams. 4,000, you're taking 99. So what are you going to do? Pile up a bunch of potassium pills and then irritate your liver? So we have to be more mindful of what we're taking because you heard somebody else take this supplement. So then now you're taking it, but you might have a sensitivity to one of these things. I don't know, Haley, I really don't know all supplement brands. So I stopped kind of trying to recommend brands of things because ultimately, they might start adding sucrose to things or binders to things or things to chelate it into the system. And I'm just very careful. Pull over, we got sirens in this town. Hello. So supplements definitely have their place. People have got gallbladder problems. So ox bile, which is the bile salt from a bovine ox. Moo. Yes. And it's desiccated and it's ready to take, to consume if you have issues, if you have no gallbladder or if you have gallbladder sludge or stones. But if you still have a gallbladder, the point isn't to take these supplements all the time. You take them, you get rid of them. Digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes can create a problem in a lot of people if they're taking them for too long. Because what happens to this? It doesn't produce enough of the digestive enzymes on its own. It's waiting for that pill, which is never, and listen to me well, it is never going to do as good as a job as your own body's production of bile and of enzymes. Finney is allowed. First of all, I love Finney, but he allows cheese because he doesn't study food. He studies ketone bodies. Every second I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I'm having a reaction off of this freaking incense that I just got. So, when it comes to all this weird stuff that people are trying to take, and mostly stuffy, most people are on something, or they're on 8 things, and you really want to go down to as low to nothing as possible. So, should you take probiotics? Well, you never take them all the time, you take them in cycles. You never take enzymes all the time, you take them in cycles. If you do not have a gallbladder, you're going to have to be on that ox bile for certain individuals, maybe forever. But if your body knows how to make a way to hold, which the body's very smart, it can find a way to hold those bile salts without a gallbladder, then you don't even need to take ox bile. It depends on the person. I want you guys to go and think about all the supplements in your cabinet and go, what do I really need and what do I really not need? I talked about Demanos, which is great for UTIs, but you take it, get off of it. If you're taking slippery elm because you have stomach issues, digestive issues, you've got cingulatory IgA mucus lining issues, then slippery elm can be great. Mastic gum can be great for people who've got H. pylori, but you don't want to be on this stuff forever. Vitamin D is very toxic to, I'm going to sneeze. Whew. Don't sneeze, stuff. Kat says, I have a ton of supplements. Oh no! So yeah, like a cycle would take and magnesium is something you should take all the time. But, so, let's say if this was betaine HCl, just concentrated, hydrochloric acid for your stomach acid levels. I would take a bottle of this and get rid of it, right? Wait for that. It's about a month, and then I would go off for a month, and I would see how my body's responding, and then maybe go back on to half the dosage or less dosage. Pull over. People are trying to use psyllium husk supplements if they're constipated, and people don't even, and they'll put that stuff in their food to bake with, and I'm like, that stuff scratches your intestine. Like, it's rough. That's the stuff made in a lab, guys. There are rebound effects. Even licorice, right? Licorice is really great for the stomach, really bad for the kidneys. We got to be careful with overdosing. Cassia cinnamon. Not so much Ceylon, which is way better than the cassia. Cassia is what's in every supermarket. Cassia in large amounts can irritate your liver. So be careful, guys, to take things and concentrate. Be careful to take things that have been made in the lab. Now, meds, I'm not even going to lie. SSRIs, serotonin reuptake inhibitors for antidepressants, it will really make your blood sugar unstable. Metformin makes it's very hard to adapt. The ketones are kind of like on metformin, and people with PCO, polycystic ovarian syndrome, use that to lower and manage their blood sugar, and obviously type 2 diabetics. And the whole point is to try to do keto so you don't have to be on medication, and you can manage your symptoms or become non-symptomatic. Some of you have to be on particular medication. I'm not a really big proponent of Synthroid or thyroxine. I always try to get people, which is for the thyroid, to get people to try to change their life first before needing all these things that are so toxic to the body. Thank you, Kat. You took psyllium husk yesterday. You're not screwdrivered. But thank you so much for donating to the chat, Kat. I'm always just drinking water. I don't drink anything else, guys. Like, I don't really. Sometimes I'll do some lemon water. It's just water. So, you have to be careful. People like common medications, metformin, thyroxine, SSRIs. These are things people take like freaking Tic Tacs. What else are medications people take? People take NSAIDs. That's like, okay, so people take NSAIDs and protein pumps. All this stuff is garbage. You don't need to take NSAIDs, baby aspirin, blood thinners. Very, very, very dangerous. People with strokes and heart attacks, they're like, yeah, you need to take this. This will work. And I'm like, is there any alternative? Like, what is it? White bark? Anything that will help clots from forming without having to take NSAIDs, which is the aspirin stuff, with the ibuprofen or the Advil. These things destroy your liver. They destroy your liver. Thank you so much, 12 Welsh Dan 321. They destroy like these like, oh, I've got an inflammation, I'm going to take an aspirin, but you don't know that you've got non-alcoholic liver issues, and you're taking this stuff, and you don't realize that it's so toxic for that very fragile liver. So this is stuff that people don't talk about on the internet in conjunction or combined with keto, because these things affect your keto adaptation, your ability to produce ketones, and, to regulate your blood sugar. Because if the body has to overwork, then why would it try to stabilize blood sugar? Blood sugar always spikes when the body feels stressed. That's just the way, the natural body's way, the fight or flight response, or to get energy to survive. Ketones are very iffy. The body's like, do I really want to make and use these ketones? No, I don't, because I've been eating cereal and cookies and cakes and crackers and granola bars and all of this stuff forever, and sugar additives to things and hybridized fruits. And people are so used, the brain is like, give me that sugar. It's a total addiction to the brain. So when you're trying to adapt and you're like sleeping horrible and you're taking melatonin, sleeping horribly and you're taking other pharmaceuticals or medications for your sleep, which don't actually put you to sleep. People taking, they've been on thyroxine for like 12 years, and I'm like, is it working? They're like, I don't know, my body fat's like 48%. I guess that thyroxine's not working. And SSRIs are like, they're like, super, the body becomes, like, I'm always minding my words, like every word the advertisers of the YouTube strikes you for, even if, girl, no you didn't. Is it Minerva? Is that how you say Minerva Aguilar? Thank you so much. Extra information, informative videos. Thank you. Is it Minerva Aguilar? She gave me a 50. Thank you for donating to the chat. Really, really thank you, thank you, thank you. And that, Minerva. Okay. Yeah, it's really hard because it's like in red and so it's harder to see. Uh, Minerva. Gotcha. Oh. So you don't want to, and like, don't get me started. Okay, two things. Don't get me started on the proton pumps. These are acid reducing pills like omeprazole, Zyrtec, Pepto Bismol, um, and don't get me started on all the Mucinex and all the stuff for constipation. You guys, the liver's like, and then your numbers are reflecting this overburden on the liver. Proton pumps, people eat those like Tic Tacs or like jelly beans because they've got acid reflux, and so they're like, oh, just anything, just to make it stop, and they take more omeprazole, which lowers your stomach acid even lower, and then bacteria and pathogens, and your immune system is destroyed because you've been on proton. They're called, the general term is called proton pumps. The acid reducing, the problem is that you already have too low acid, and then the stomach does this rebound squirt up and squeezes the low acid to try to, compromise the low acid, and stuff hits you right here. And then you think, oh, I've got high acid. Let's just lower it and lower it and lower it to the point where I'm starting to look sick and I'm more at risk for developing cancer on Zyrtec and omeprazole and Tums and Pepto Bismol, which is like, that pink stuff is so bad for the liver. Stevia is fine as long as it doesn't have any other additives. Lipase. I'm not really sure. Phil, I'm not really sure. Okay. Drummies. Haley, I know. You heard it. You heard the bell go off. So I'm going to try to keep this short. I'm going to take some of your questions and then I'm going to bounce. So in terms of all these pharmaceuticals, the first thing you want to do is try to get sleep on your own. Now, I've explained in other broadcasts how to do that. When it comes to the thyroid, can you guys just go to bed earlier and get off your computer and don't look at your phone in your bed, and learn how to diaphragmatic breathe and learn how to meditate and learn how to stretch and like get your lymphatic system going and I mean your nervous system relaxed, and there's so many things that you can do to help and get foods like that are nutrient dense, and cook your cruciferous so you don't bother the iodine, and don't do nightshades. All you have to do is educate yourself, and then perhaps, as long as you're not Hashi and hypo together, that there's always a way that you could potentially get off of these pharmaceuticals, unless you are literally gonna not survive if you don't have them. Like people who are type 1 diabetics must take insulin, and that's the end of it. You can't get out of that. No reading in bed, just sleep. Yeah. No, you couldn't imagine. I'm just way too opinionated. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so you're looking at your phone in bed right now, Chase. See, that's what I'm talking about. And it's an addiction. What is it? They say that people check their Instagram or their Facebook. Not Facebook so much, but definitely their Instagram, because it's like pop open your app and they look at it 60 to 80 times a day, and if the phone's next to your face, your head's pointed down, which is really having people are starting having problems with their neck, and inflammation in the neck and their spine. People are straining their eyes. They're losing the muscles in their eyes are becoming weakened from constantly looking at phones. What symbol is that? But thank you, Strict Joy 96. I don't even know if that's a donation. I don't even know, but thank you. David, I'm talking about supplements, child. You just need to chill out. All right, we got 90 people in this, or 89 now, in this live broadcast, and only 71 likes. So let's get up the likes so I can take these questions that have nothing to do with the title. What you guys don't realize is that there's 91 people in this chat, but by tomorrow, potentially a couple of thousand people have seen this video who were not watching the live chat. Oh, it's yen. Okay, it's $5. I had no clue. Thank you so much, Strict Joy 96. Thank you. Thank you so much. And see, I'm even learning. Bitcoin? I don't know. All right, drink some water, sit down, take your questions. These supplements, probiotics too, because that was on the title. You guys, you have to clear the weeds out, which is all the infections and the dysbiosis and the overgrowth of bad bacteria and the fungus and the parasites before you plant the probiotic. A lot of you guys are doing kimchi and kombucha and don't do any of this stuff. Kefir and even coconut oil, just get rid of it, and the sauerkraut until you begin to work on your gut. Then when you start working on your gut, you take a low level probiotic. So like Mega Food's great. They start with really low numbers. Like they have a baby one, which is like 15 billion culture count. And then you might want to work your way up to 30. And then you might want to make yourself up. You want to increase the amount of culture count once the gut and the sleep and all of these things start to come in alignment, like make the gut wall, right, these junctions nice and tight again before you start slamming yourself with probiotic. Scotland! I love Scotland. It's been a while since I've been there. I remember taking a taxi cab because I took a train, I think, just forgetting the capital city. Scotland. What's the capital city? I forget right now. No sauerkraut, no. I just bought some. Calm magnesium, yes. No, kick flips. I can't do kick flips because the leading foot is Edinburgh, thank you. Duh. You guys are Edinburgh, and the guy was like, with all that freaking, Scottish slang, and but I just love Scotland, love, and I did a skate show. This is years ago, in Edinburgh. There's a church, okay, that they convert. They put a skateboard. Now this is trivia. They put a skateboard ramp in that church, and yeah, I skated that. And was Tony Hawk there? I think I don't think Tony skated in that competition, but it was sponsored by Swatch. And this is the cutest story. I got to just digress for a second. So they had these big Swatch stickers, and I was kind of bummed out. I was kind of sad. Being around all these guys, it was really hard. The guys were really tough on me. And somebody, when I arrived to the ramp in the morning, somebody had taken, this is just really interesting story about my trip to Scotland when I was younger. They took the Red Cross and they cut it out of a bunch of these big stickers, right? And the Swatch stickers were white, black, and red. They cut it out and they made a big heart out of the sticker, and in the black print, the letters for Swatch, they wrote, "We love Stephanie." And it was like one of those game-changing moments in your life when you're like, what am I doing? Nobody appreciates what I'm doing. I'm literally breaking my body. I still have like terrible injuries from those days, and when I saw that written on the ramp with these stickers, it literally gave me enough push to not give up. It was really hard when I was skateboarding back in the 80s and 90s. Oh, thank you. 123 Welsh, thank you. Glasgow. No, it wasn't Edinburgh. It was Glasgow. That's where it was, that church. It was Glasgow. It was Glasgow, David. I have to go back. Sandy, we'll finish watching later. Okay, bedtime. Go to bed. Bye, Sandy. Okay, so, yeah, with probiotics, just be careful. I should probably do a longer video later. Okay, so, let's take some questions and let's go, because I set that chicken drum meat timer for 30 minutes and clearly I've gone over. I'm at 38 minutes, so let's do a few minutes of some questions. I kind of did a short story because you guys know I love to do story time. So I wanted to do that story about that trip to Scotland. And then after that competition, it was a couple days. And by the way, they said, does anybody want to, because it's a television program, so you can find this if you Google it, a television program, the BBC, they asked who is really good on camera. I was like, me! So I hosted and was doing commentary and all the tricks, because like people who film, when normal people who have nothing to do, film companies go, or shows, film skateboarding, they don't understand all these weird tricks. So, and the tricks all have weird names. Like we have a trick called a Madonna. Seriously. And, yeah. Anyway, so I emceed. So if you check out this video of me, oh, I look so bad back in the day. Oh, I was a hot mess. So I'm emceeing this competition, and it was filmed by the BBC. And if you dig hard, you can find it. I just want to tell you guys that trip to Scotland that I just talked about, to Glasgow. So, okay. You're a massage therapist, Keto Princess. Yeah, I probably need one. I do, let me see here. I do, so Sandra says, I do look at my phone and at least 1 hour before bed. That's really bad. Stress, not to be a buzzkill, but my husband has also a hard time to wind down, but have gotten my brother and mom on keto. That's awesome. So a lot of men, I noticed, really weird. Men can sit in front of the television when their wives go to bed. Like, hey, you millennials, this is what you're looking forward to, getting married, and then you do just sit there and go click, 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 and then the women are like, come to bed, honey, or they're trolling on the internet. It's crazy what's happening to us. Julie's is like, you're the keto queen. Okay, instant coffee, bad. You can throw it away. It's really toxic. Instant coffee, oh, child, no. Green tea, no. Water. No, herbal tea. You can make a fatty herbal tea. Let's see here. Please respond to Deborah's question. Well, I didn't see Deborah's question. Stop being so demanding. Jeez. Man, I can never make y'all all happy. You develop fatty liver, Albert, from either drinking alcohol or eating a lot of really carbohydrates. Diabetes will also destroy the liver. Oh my God, diabetes. Click, click, click. So true, right? She's like, click, 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 click. And you're like, honey, you going to bed? And they're like, you stop asking after a while. So Deborah, can you recycle that question because I didn't see it? Definitely do a vid about dangers of pre and pro. Prebiotics are not necessarily supplements. You can just get it from cruciferous vegetables. Decaffeinated black tea is not okay because they use these horrible chemicals called benzoyl chloride to strip out. When man gets its hands on food, people, I tell you now, when man gets his hands on foods, you are going to compromise your health. Gary, I swear, is like, his whole paycheck goes to me. I should be called Whole Food Stephanie. Thank you, Gary. Again, Stephanie, good information tonight. Like always, thank you. Gary, you're just, Gary and Lulu Lime have been so consistent on my streams and just being so lovely, and I'm just so appreciative. You guys have no idea. You don't own a TV. That's great. And is there any special consultations for cancer patients? No, Kat, there's no special consultation. There's just everyone does the same. So when I do consultations with people, my neighbor has cancer. I stood in the hallway today not trying to cry. Fueled by fat. Thank you so much for the tenor. You guys are just really being awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are being lovely. Today's a day where I'm not being like cranky, so I'm more nice. And I guess I'm a little bit more professional than the last stream. Let me see. Deborah says, how do I set up a consultation for my friend who has been diagnosed with cancer? So Deborah, I'm going to open up my calendar this Sunday, and then she can just book. Now with cancer patients, people think that I'm the cancer specialist or Pied Piper because my mom had a glioblastoma. I will never say that I cured her of cancer. You guys put those words in my mouth. I never said that. I just tried keto and her cancer. But my brother and I did a lot of stuff. It wasn't just keto. And thank you. 1-2 Welsh. My mom is still alive today, and she had a cancer that literally almost nobody survives, and she's still alive. So then I become the cancer specialist. I'm not. I can just tell you that it's all done the same, and I can say that if you do have cancer, you must work on these lifestyle things that I say in every video. Circadian rhythm, you gotta fix your gut. Lulu Lime, child, you gotta stop. I had a consultation with her yesterday, and she keeps donating. Stop, Lulu Lime. She says, thank you once again for my consult yesterday, wonderful, and live today. Yeah, I love this Vanessa. She's awesome. And she's very close by, so we are going to meet one day very soon. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Ava. And how to do? Hi. So, let me see. I buy ancient minerals, magnesium. I've done that too. Mix it with water. Mix with water. Pure one part magnesium and 10 parts water. Spray on. I've got that. I got it somewhere in my apartment. The same spray, the ancient mineral spray. I've got that too. What do you recommend for detox for unnecessary use of supplements? First of all, just doing keto because that takes away all processed foods, and learning how to sleep better because the best way to detoxify is to drink water and get some sleep, y'all. It's just simple stuff to detox the liver. Now, estrogen dominance, I told you in the beginning of the stream, estrogen dominance is a serious problem, right? Because we're exposed to xenoestrogens, our blood sugar's all over the place, that skyrockets your estrogen, and people don't sleep, which bumps up the estrogen, and then, you guys are doing like, no, hello. People are doing they're doing non-organic produce or meats, and then you guys don't realize that the produce, the vegetables, and the vegetables and fruits that are non-organic are sprayed with glyphosate, which raises your estrogen beyond measure, and so that's a problem. And then the plastic bottles that you're drinking from, because you guys are buying like big things of water bottles from Costco, and then that plastic is BPA, and I don't know how many consultations I do where somebody's sipping on that plastic bottle. I'm just looking at the plastic bottle. I'm like, get rid of that. Get rid of it. So I think it was it Gary? It was somebody. No, I did a consultation with somebody who was like, oh, here's a water that I purchased that is, the plastic is BPA free and no chloride in the water. And also the water, unfortunately, sometimes has birth control pills in it. So does breathing tips really? Yes. Are you kidding me? When you don't breathe, your cortisol just rises like that. You must breathe. Y'all, we have a sensitive body. It's like a symphony of like all these dances and like worker bees and ants and the ant farm. It's doing all these things, and even one little stupid thing you do to your body just literally fracks you up. Breathing is the bomb. Diaphragmatic breathing, all it takes is 4 breaths before you start noticing your cortisol dropping. Stuff works. Believe that hype. I love animals. I love all animals. So there you go. Cats, dogs, you name it. I'm an animal freak, and I am the Pied Piper. Cats, dogs, and I know everyone says this. They love this because, but see, I roll all over the floor. Dogs go and lick my face. I'm like, bacteria. No, I don't do that. I just don't let them lick me in the mouth. But dogs jumping on me or licking me or cats, I'm all good with animals. Love me animals. Even though I'm a hypocrite and go to the supermarket and buy my protein. Yes, I'm a hypocrite. Big time. Okay. If you're estrogen dominant, can you have high testosterone at the same time? No, that's not possible. That must be a man saying that. Who's saying that? Nerf. No. Sorry, Nerf. No, that's not possible. 1, 2, 3. Child, stop. Lord have mercy. Hot flashes come from your adrenal glands. That's poor sleep, blood sugar. The same thing. Same problem. Blood sugar dysregulation, poor sleep, caffeine. That's coming from your adrenal glands. Remember, hot flashes are coming from your adrenals, because once your ovaries stop working properly, those adrenals start flashing you and you start having these night sweats. It's crazy. You see, finding a therapist that is skilled, NEFT, mindfulness, cognitive therapy, and energy physiology can be beneficial as well. Absolutely, Neely. Absolutely. Okay, guys, I think this is the time where I should go, because I'm trying not to go too long on streams, even though we just have officially 100 people. Okay, how about this? I will go until, I will go now if we can't get the last couple numbers. Can I get 15 likes going? And I'll stay 5 more minutes for questions. So let's get it up to over 100 likes. Like up the stream, guys. I'm about to bounce. Bounce. roll, bounce. Let's get up. We had 98 likes. We got, oh, boom, we hit it. All right. We got over 100. I did have a bird, Jay, I had, look, when I was a kid, I had a cat, had dogs, had a lot of dogs, had crawdads, had rats, rabbits, snakes. Wait, what else? What else did we have growing up? Yeah, that's all of them. That's it. Yeah. Bird. Did we have a bird? Feels like I had a bird when I was a little kid, but I can't remember. No, I didn't have a bird. No, I didn't have a bird. But yeah, I love animals. Let me see. Okay. Keishel says, after stable blood glucose, for a few days after a meal, glucose dropped to 43. That's hypoglycemia. Sorry, didn't check. Ketones before it was 1.4. Is this an issue? Yeah. So if you book a consultation, Keisha, I can actually go over what was going on. Notate what you did, what happened on that night before you had 43 glucose. That's really low. Now, it is possible to have 43 milligrams per deciliter of glucose and still be ketotic, but it's very rare. I'm not going to lie. It seems like everything under 60 is a problem for a lot of people. Let's see, why are you not wearing a t-shirt? Okay, I don't wear a shirt because I'm 50. So the nice Stephanie just kind of went away. I'm 50 years of age. And people go online and tell you what to do with their health, but they don't look healthy. And they don't appear to be healthy. So with me in a half top for the last 10 years on the internet at the age of 50, you can tell that Stephanie is not lying. And if you look at videos from, 5 years ago, I look older then than I do now. And that is why I don't wear a shirt, because I don't care. But there's absolute consistency. I'm on the internet nonstop, and you can see through menstrual cycles, through everything that I'm going through in life, this is what I look like. Okay? Now you don't have to ask again. Yeah, nice Stephanie's back. That's a was it Burl? Thank you so much for the tenor. I hope I'm saying your name right. Burl? Thank you so much for the tenor, and thank you so much. You guys are like supporting the stream. Jeez, I might have to give up my consultations. No, I'm kidding. Not going to give up the consultation. I don't see that hun, just love chat at the top. See, Stephanie, when are you? Oh, wait. I'm opening it up on Sunday. Let's see. Yeah, Burl. Yeah, that's very sweet. Thank you so much for the donation to the chat. Yes, I am 50. So when this guy's like, why do you wear a half top? Because I'm 50 and I can. Now what? Stephanie's gonna become unprofessional. I'm gonna become unprofessional. Yes. And when you turn 50, if you pass 50, you better find that inner strength and that positivity, because at 50, nope, people aren't going to try to. I live here in LA, okay, the land of the beautiful people, and I walk through and the rivers part because I am confident with who I am. I'm so fortunate to have the lessons in life, and I was able to learn from them. And at the age of 50, people are not going to change who I am. And I'm sitting up here in a half top, and if you don't like it, you know where to go. Hi. Oh, it's not rubbish. I am 50, but I don't act like it. Okay. Let me see. Yes. Thank you, Gary. LeBlue. Water, no fluoride, BPA free. It's bottled water, and I think you can get it at Costco. No. Walmart? No. Something like that. He gets it in North Carolina. I guess the company's in North Carolina, but you can go online and order that water. It's called LeBlue. Yes, I am 50, David. I am 50. I am 50, and this is what keto does to your skin when you're 50. Okay? And black does crack, and also it sags. Right, because the collagen goes away, and so it sags. You can have all that stuff if you have brown skin. People who have white skin think that you can't look old when you get older, when you with brown skin. Trust, you can look older easily. Okay, But you can get fatty liver from 200 grams. That's not true, Albert. That's a lie. You don't get fatty liver from fat. You get it from carbohydrates. Okay, so actually, the problem is, I think the misinformation is that if you have fatty liver disease, trying to make ketones, which is made in the liver, might become a problem. But it doesn't give you fatty liver. That's a bunch of garbage. DAP. Do you have any videos of you skating? Yes. There are skateboarding videos. You know, I want to go skating. Now, I'm going to go skating soon. I think I'm going to go skating in a couple weeks. I'm going to do a live stream of you so you guys can watch me skateboard for real, so you know that I'm not pulling stuff out of my bung, all right? Yes, I started skateboarding in 1984. Okay, carry extra weight around my waist. Is that estrogen dominance? Kat, are you a woman? Most likely. Dab? Okay, so how's my cholesterol? Amazing. And nerve? Hello? It's amazing. Amazing. Learn more about cholesterol. There's all different cholesterol panels. You got your HDL, you have your LDL, you have your different levels of LDL particle sizes. You have your CRP or C-reactive protein, honey. Yes. Oh. Heart disease comes from alcohol, smoking, and eating a lot of carbohydrates, type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar. Yes, and stress. It doesn't come from fat, because fat slides through the arteries like butter. What does sugar do? Stick. And it creates a thing called advanced glycation end product. It glycates cells and makes you die. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Charlie. Yes. Yes, he's a sweetheart. He's a good person, and it's important to have good people around you, regardless of what age they are. So, again, being 50, people are complaining about him. He's just, his abs are too cut. No, I'm not speaking at any conferences now. There's two main ones in the U.S. One is Keto Con, and they invited me to the first one, which I opted not to go because I felt some things could be a little bit more, like, it was the first one, but still, like, I wasn't being informed and I wasn't being told what was going on. And I was like, yo, flying all the way somewhere and paying for everything yourself. So I didn't go. And then the second year they did Keto Con, they didn't invite me. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay. Stuff's going to be fabulous anyway. But I went to the Paleo FX, and last year I was doing my own seminar. So I went to South Africa twice. I went to Sweden. I went to Australia for a month, all these different cities speaking. But to do another one while because I'm writing this keto book, you guys, I'm still writing it, to do a conference, to be a speaker, to be my own, like, it's a lot of dedication and time. So as soon as this book is done, which is it's almost done, then I will start flying again all over. I think I will go to London next for the next one. Beef brisket bones, yes, as long as they're grass fed. Joan, you are one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen. Oh, David, it's very sweet. It's very sweet. It is, you know. People, we all have our days when we don't feel our best. It's possible to bulk. Yes. So I did, was it Jai Fitness? I did a live stream about bulking on keto, because you are not going through catabolism as much, so you're not like breaking down muscle through gluconeogenesis, having a hard time building. You don't have as many problems with like soreness. Oh, thank you, RT Pepe. Thank you so much. See, what test do I, let me see, what test do I ask my PCP to order regarding cholesterol and this, skater? Yep, nerve, yep. Oh, 50, damn. Thank you so much, guys. I'm like getting embarrassed. Can't tell under my brown skin. Then we get RT Pepe's thing. You want to test your LDL small particle B as a test. There's not that many companies that do it, so it's very rare. Your doctors don't like to order that test. And then you can also just test the ratio between your HDL and your triglycerides, and that's all you really need to do. You don't need to look at like the total number, because that's subjective, because we want a high number of HDLs. And Nerf, thank you so much. That was very sweet of you. I appreciate it. I know I come across, I say this all the time, I assume that I come across as very sanctimonious and, like, you know, talking so much smack, but I get kind of hyped up on streams, and the real me is appreciating every single day that I get to breathe on this planet and have some sort of consciousness and awareness, and don't get caught up in the matrix of what people tell you how to do and be and act. And I can see people keep telling me, isn't it so hard to eat keto or do this or do that? And I'm like, no, 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 because I have energy. I'm excited. Life is amazing. I can look at the mirror and still look like Stephanie. I haven't looked like some mutation of my old former self. And that gives me hope for the rest of my life. Billy, stop. I mean, look, as you guys can see, I'm not a very good capitalist. The only thing that I turned on when I started doing live streams, there was an option to monetize. So I was like, I never monetize my videos. I've got over 2,000 videos. I never monetize them. But what the heck? Live streams are work, people. So I decided to turn on the super chat option because I watch a lot of other YouTubers and it's becoming quite common, and so I'm getting paid. But I always will say, join my keto course page. It's $15 a month. You can go 1 month, one time, or however many times you want. It's a subscription based page, or buy a nutrition plan. Although I'm going to update them very soon. If you want to support me. So I'm just anything extra. If you guys are paying into the super chat, it's only like an amazing thank you so much. Just, makes me feel, it's a weird feeling because I know people are spending hard earned money. So it's just I feel, I know this sounds really cliche, but I feel validated that who would spend their hard earned money unless they really believe in what you're saying. So it makes me feel like, okay, don't give up. Because there's times, you guys, where I just want to stop being on the internet. Like, I just want to go under a rock. I don't want anyone to know who I am. I go through those days. I do. Okay, so ideally, collabs would be neat for spreading accurate information. Collabs with who, though? Who am I going to collab with? I mean, I can collab with Nora, so I can talk to her at some point. Her Facebook page is fantastic and a bargain. Thank you, Lulu Lime. She's on the page. The course is worth it, Emily says. Thank you. I haven't been on it all day. I tell you guys, I tend to answer all questions and concerns in the evening when I'm done with everything, with consultations, with work, with the book. No, I'm getting those two kind of overwhelmed with those two. You can't stop your channel. It's great. Thank you so much, David. Deborah's like, no, you can't stop. No, I'm not going to stop. But I did go through a period where I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not really an internet person. The guy's like, oh, why are you wearing a half top? I'm like, I don't care if I'm in a half top. I can wear a bag. I don't even care. It's just only to shut down the naysayers, because people troll me on my channel, but one thing they do not do is say that I don't look healthy. That's one thing they don't say, like, yeah, but you were fat this month. I thought you were a keto expert, and oh, you look this or you look that. I mean, people can't say that about me. You should have the audio from these videos as a podcast. I probably should. I need some help, and I will be getting help soon. My problem with my evolution of this as a business per se is the fact that I don't know how to manage my time, because as you guys can see, I'm so contacty with people who follow me. I just do. People email me. It's starting to be overwhelming that I can't answer all the DMs on my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. I can't answer all of them, or on my Facebook, which is Stephanie the Business Person. I can't answer all of them. I can't get to all you guys' questions in the stream. So I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed. A little bit. It's a lot, but it's all good stuff. It's not like, oh, I love what I do. No, YouTube is not my job. I actually, I'm writing a book. I do conferences. I travel around the world doing conferences. I have a course page, so I monitor and I create course lessons for people on a keto course, private Facebook page, and I am right. I have like things on my site, educational things on my site that I'm going to upgrade. Hudsonville. Do some deep breathing. I will. I actually think I'm going to get off the chat now, guys, because it's been over an hour, and I was just supposed to do as long as the food was cooking. And I'm really trying not to go too much over my times because I literally, when I get done with the streams, I'm kind of tired. And then the people on the course page are like, you didn't answer my question. I'm like, oh no, I'm not making people happy. I feel so bad. Because as tough as I act, my whole thing is about pleasing people. I'm a total people pleaser, even though I act like all tough. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. I tried to book a consultation and denied because my, what? Because of my good looks? Child, stop. Hi from Alaska, Neely. I gotta go to Alaska sometime. I really want to go to Alaska. I just want to be in nature. Skin looks so beautiful. Thank you, and soft. It is. I gotta admit, it wasn't before. It was like dry. Like when I was doing like low carb, no fat. There was a time I did low carb, no fat. My skin was dry. Okay, now it's. I'm telling you, keto is amazing. Okay, guys. Carol, thank you. Thank you, Apple and Mandy. Thank you, guys. Next time, I want to do story time. So, because I like telling little stories, but I got a little one in there when I went to Scotland. I really want to go back to Scotland. I've got this real weird craving to go to Scotland and to Ireland, right? Because you guys know I love traveling around the world, been to Africa so many times, South America and Asia and Australia and all over Europe. I used to live in Europe, you guys. You know, I used to live in Europe almost 16 years. I ended up living in Sweden. So, I went to Thailand as well, in Cambodia. So, and China. So, alla som kommer från Norge, Danmark och Sverige. Hejsan från Stephanie. Jag hoppas att mer som kom och titta på mig när jag går live on my stream. Anchor. Oh, Anchor. Oh, I went to Anchor Wat. I got a ton of pictures from Angkor Wat. Beautiful. Definitely want to hear about Africa. So Africa, my trips to Africa. I've got stories about Africa that are like can make you cry. I had two really big situations when I was in Africa. The time I went to Africa, the first time I was in my 20s, and there was no internet, guys. This is before the internet. And I stayed in a small village away from not a single tourist. It was dangerous. It was crazy. And that's another story I will tell you. That whole time, that 2 months in Africa in a village by myself, and I didn't know anything. I didn't even read a book about Tanzania when I went there. That, you guys, I got stories on top of stories from that trip. I'm so lucky with all my traveling that I have not been injured or hurt because I went very naive, in a naive way, pre-internet. Yes, I'm committed, definitely. Steph, okay. Haley says, Steph, we love you and appreciate all the hard work. Thank you so much, Haley, and I appreciate you so much. Tiffany says, Ireland and Scotland is amazing. Yes, I've been to both. I've been to Ireland. I actually emceed a competition in Ireland, in Dublin, a long time ago. Need to go back to Ireland. Story time, yes. Next time, story time. Okay, guys. So thank you for just being supportive. I start to see a lot of your names, so they're becoming imprints, little tattoos on my brain, remembering who you guys are. That's a multi-day cleanse for parasites. Just be careful with cleanses, right? Because you're on the loo. And, some of you guys have issues with eliminating like that. It's a strain. It's very stressful to the body to go poo like that. So, yeah. So I don't have a lot of opinions on it because I'm just really worried about people doing it the wrong way. Loving your live streams, even if I see them recorded after you are one of a kind. Thank you, Tamara. See, hi from Haymarket, Virginia, I think. Yes, hi, Tracy. Okay, guys. Thank you, Nerve. Thank you for donating to the chat. Thank you, everyone, today for donating to the super chat. It feels awkward a little bit because, like, I'm a Generation X, and we didn't have that then. Thank you, Tiffany. And by the way, you're professional. I don't want to be professional. Look at the way I'm dressed, for goodness sake. Like, I'm as unprofessional as it gets. I'm in a half top. I'm in a sports bra, and I'm in, like, I've got camos on, and, like, I'm just so not professional. But thank you, guys. Don't forget to like up the stream. For those who watch the replay, don't forget to like up the stream. And thank you, 1-2-Welsh-Dan-3-2-1. Thank you so much. And thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Stephanie. Have a good night, evening and night. Thank you. Can't wait until Sunday Q&A on the Keto course page. Yes, Emily, I will be there. So for those who I do a keto course. You can sign up through my website, which is stephanieperson.com. Those drumsticks, no, they're not burnt. They were on a timer, so I got to reheat them again. Um, and Deborah, yes, have your friend book a consultation through the site on Sunday when the dates are opened up again. And thank you, Went Too Welsh, Dan. Or thank you, Dan. And what else did I want to say? Yes, you guys, make comments on the kind of content that you want me to, because I'm like kind of running out of ideas for live streams. I don't really know what you guys want me to talk about. So that would be really great. Is macadamia nut bread? And I don't know about that. Bread? Like, what are their additives? Are they using xanthan? No. People use like all these weird additives to make like the like crushed macadamia nut into a flour. I don't know what binders they're using. Quantum physics, string theory. Do you want me to go down to the quarks? Do you want me to talk about? I don't know. I don't know what you want me to talk about. Quantum theory, or quantum mechanics. Actually, quantum mechanics is one of my favorite subjects. I'm a nerd when it comes to science, and that's something I'll talk about later. You know, protons and neutrons and all this chem business, and atoms. Your reaction was priceless. Thank you. Quarks. Okay, quarks. I think it goes proton, neutron, quarks, right? Autophagy, how can keto cleanse in a cellular level? Just by taking away the catabolism and the gluconeogenesis and allowing your body's natural cleansing of the cells to happen naturally with autophagy. The problem is that people keep eating inflammatory foods. They don't rotate. They don't mind the chemicals, the preservatives, the glyphosate, and so you're going to have a hard time methylating with all those toxins plus stress. I like philosophy. I like so too. I really like some of the old philosophers, like, let's say Plato is one that I really like. No rock hiking. No, I can't. I just have to go slowly because my knees jack. Man, we could have such a I don't drink beer. That's like, bye-bye. No. Can't look this fabulous on beer, right? Can't look like, you can't have the business on beer. Talk about getting rid of cellulite. So cellulite is also coming from estrogen dominance. So not only is estrogen affecting the liver, which affects your gallbladder, which also affects all types of, if your progesterone is low because your estrogen is dominant, then you're more sensitive or susceptible to cancers. So even when it comes down to cellulite, managing your body fat percentage through regulating your estrogen, because estrogen helps to make more fat. That's why people look soft, right? Essentially, it's like making more fat cells, but it's a rebound, right? So blood sugar is stored as triglycerides, and then you start to make estrogen from those fat cells, which is why a lot of women become dominant because their blood sugar is high, and then they're storing fat, and their insulin is resistant, and then it's making estrogen, which makes more fat, and you start to have a lot of fat. Then you have a lot of lymphatic issues and drainage issues, and then you have these tight fibrous bands and the muscle fascia that get too hard, which also is a part of advanced glycation end product, and not moving enough, so they become rigid, and then essentially it becomes like a grid of fibrous bands, and then the fat pushes through it, and that's it. So one easy way is to get a foam roller with the little, like, it looks like a tire, like the little knobs on it, foam roller, or that woman who's making a killing on her fascia blaster. It actually works, and you just kind of like break the fascia, but you can't get rid of all of it until you start to lower or regulate your estrogen to progesterone testosterone ratio. And that's my answer so far. Can keto help eczema beyond measure? Jai, like, that's a whole nother subject on skin issues. I'll do that maybe next time. Okay, guys, peace out. Thank you for joining the chat and allowing me to be as silly as I always am. And I'm not professional. I'm very proud to not be professional. I've never been professional, will never be professional. So thank you very much. And What about a CT for brown adipose tissue? Okay, I'm gonna go. So you guys, if you want me Kishel, if you want me to bring up or talk about particular subjects, write it into the comments. I do see the comments show up on my phone. I don't always respond because I get comments. I get questions on my YouTube page and my Instagrams and my Facebook and my email, and it's just like so I just kind of like check out sometimes. Peace. Severe eczema is completely gone with keto. Yes, 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 yes. And a lot of rotation of heal the gut. Talk about biomechanics. Yes, okay. I'll talk about biomechanics next time. Maybe if if I can get it in. And bye, guys. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Well stand. 3, 2, 1 for all the X's, all the hugs. Thank you. All right, guys. Bye till next time. I'm out because you know what? I got some energy, energy, energy. At 50, 10 years solid, no refeeds, and I'm out. I'm out, guys. Bye. So come on, work. Come on. There we go.